This is the most magical podcast on earth. My name is Andy, and here we are with a bonus breaking news episode. Over in California this weekend, there is a huge Disney fan event called D23, where there has been a lot of news about exciting developments coming to Disney parks and Disney experiences, and for us, Walt Disney World. Now, there is so much to take in here, so I thought rather than putting it on the socials, which we will do, if you're out for a walk with a dog or in the gym or in the car, here is all the news that has been breaking over from D23. So buckle up, get ready. We've got a lot of things to look forward to. Obviously, this is a Walt Disney World podcast, so we're going to go into detail about everything that's coming to Walt Disney World. I will also update you with stuff for other parks like Paris and California and the cruise ships as well. So let's start with the big news from Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is going to get a lot bigger. Previously, over the last few years at these D23 events, they've said, oh, we might be doing this, we might be doing this, some blue sky thinking around this. Well, this time, it's basically work is happening, including on a brand new Villains Land. A Villains Land is coming to Magic Kingdom. This will include 2 major attractions, dining and shopping on what they say is an incredibly twisted grand scale. And preparation, this is the big surprise, is already underway. This is happening. Work is happening on this. I'm not quite sure whereabouts. They didn't go into details about whereabouts in Magic Kingdom, but I think when they were telling us what was going on beyond Big Thunder Mountain, I think kind of like around the back of Haunted Mansion, that way. I think they're going to extend that out at the back of the parks. So a Villains Land with a couple of attractions coming over to Magic Kingdom. But that's not all. Lightning McQueen and Tow Mater are racing into Magic Kingdom Park at Walt Disney World in a brand new area inspired by Pixar Animation Studios film Cars. Now, this is going to come to a reimagined section of Frontierland at Magic Kingdom. Now, this got me a little bit panicked. I thought, hang on, you're reimagining Frontierland? Does that mean Big Thunder is going? Is this going to be replaced by Cars? I don't think so. Here's what they announced. Josh D'Amaro announced at D23, said, the American West has always been about keeping your eyes on the horizon, believing in yourself, carving your own path, and striving towards success. That goes for Miners in the Mountains, Big Thunder, Bears from the Country, Country Bears, and also a Princess from the Bayou, Tiana. Obviously, the new attraction's just opened, or a race car from the big city. So 2 exciting new Cars-themed attractions. One will invite you on a thrilling rally race through the mountains, which I assume is going to be the one that they've got over in California, I think. Radiator spread, maybe. The second Cars attraction that's coming to the new Cars Land at Magic Kingdom will be more for smaller races and will be fun for the whole family. So 2 brand new lands coming over to Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom is going to get a lot, but it's already a big part with a lot of attractions. It's going to get even more coming soon. Preparation, as I say, is already underway. A lot of big news coming to Hollywood Studios as well. Let me just tell you about this one first before the big news. Mandalorian and Grogu are going to be joining Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. There's going to be a brand new adventure for Mando and Grogu at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland Park. So I assume this is what they do with Star Wars Star Tours, where they can add new stories to it. They're going to be doing that at Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. So we'll get to ride the Millennium Falcon with Grogu, which will be cool. But the bigger news from Hollywood Studios is another new land is coming. And this time, it's going to be Monsters, Inc. A Monsters, Inc. land has been announced for Disney's Hollywood Studios. Now, if you've seen any of the footage of the Zootopia land over at Shanghai, the immersiveness, the Imagineering that's gone into it, you are really thrust in the middle of Zootopia. Well, I think this is what we can expect when Monsters, Inc. opens at Disney's Hollywood Studios. There's only one big attraction that's been announced so far, and that will be a ride through the factory. So if you've been dreaming of riding through the door vault since the film was released in 2001, well, you are not alone, because soon you will be going into the factory and you will be grabbed and thrown around like one of those doors. This is going to be the first suspended coaster ever in a Disney park. Work on this is slated to begin next year. I don't know whereabouts in Hollywood Studios that could be, maybe this big A attraction could replace, now don't get frightened about this, it could replace Rock and Roller Coaster. That land, that area there where we've got the cars, the racing academy at the back, maybe that will be taken. Maybe over at Animation Courtyard where the Star Wars experiences are at the minute, maybe it'll go around that. Nothing was mentioned about where it's going to be, but it's coming. Yeah, Monsters Inc. coming to Hollywood Studios. A couple of new lounges have been announced for Walt Disney World as well, including one at Spaceship Earth at Epcot. That's going to debut in 2025, and we have more about the Pirates of the Caribbean Tavern that is coming to Magic Kingdom as well. Over at Animal Kingdom, again, it's getting bigger. We know that Zootopia is coming to replace the Bug's Life underneath the Tree of Life. That is going to open next winter. Zootopia Better Together will be the new experience underneath the Tree of Life, replacing and Bug's Life. Bugs under a big tree works, but that attraction, that 3D attraction, when it used to go dark and used to poke you in the back, used to frighten the living daylights out of me. So I am welcoming Zootopia underneath the Tree of Life. We've got more about Tropical Americas at Animal Kingdom, or the area will be known as Pueblo Esperanza. I hope I pronounced that right. So this is a new 11-acre section of the park where Dino Land was, just like the Harambe, a land that feels lived in with a long, rich history. Plus, there's a large hacienda, which will be one of the home to the largest quick service restaurants in Walt Disney World. So we're getting 3 attractions over at Tropical Americas, Pueblo Esperanza. One is going to be a small family carousel, which is going to be based on the idea of a wood carver who has created a giant working carousel featuring his favourite Disney animals. So that's going to be the smaller carousel attraction. We know that Dinosaur is going. It's been confirmed. Dinosaur is going to be replaced by Indiana Jones, a brand new Indiana Jones experience. You may have done the one at California. This will be a completely different story. It's going to be set in a Mayan temple, which can mean only one thing. Indiana Jones has to explore it. He's heard rumours about a mythical creature deep within the temple. I do believe there's going to be a lot of snakes involved in this. So maybe we will actually get some live snakes. Maybe we'll be, as I predicted on the last podcast, maybe we'll get more animals coming to this part, including a lot of snakes, maybe a reptile house. Dinosaur, if you're worried, if you think, oh, I've done my last ride on Dinosaur, you will get plenty of time to explore Dinosaur and catch that dino because it's not going yet. So it might be a while. I think they're going to be doing this in phases. So Dinosaur will stay while they open work on the carousel and the Encanto attraction. Yes, confirmed over the weekend, the first ever Encanto themed ride-through attraction coming to Animal Kingdom, featuring the beloved Madrigal family inside the casita, which is the house. You'll get to ride through the house, which is like an inside of a rainforest, I do believe. 2027 is when we can experience that. So a lot of things coming to Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. Not too much for Epcot. We gave us a little bit more about Test Track that is going to be opening. We've got the new lounge as well. But also, we do have, and I didn't see this coming, a new nighttime parade coming to Magic Kingdom. Yes, Disney Starlight. We are getting another 2 parades. We're getting a daytime parade and a nighttime parade. Summer 2025 Disney Starlight, using the latest technology to tell new stories about the characters you love. All of this brought to life by the magic of the Blue Fairy, in addition to some beloved characters from Disney films, including Peter Pan and Encanto and Frozen. I really didn't think we would get a nighttime parade at Magic Kingdom. I didn't think there'd be enough space. Well, obviously, there is. And we'll get to see it summer 2025. So they were the big announcements from Walt Disney World. There is a lot coming. Obviously, Epcot is pretty much finished. We're getting more news about what is coming to Paris. Obviously, a lot of work is happening over at the Studios Park. We know we are getting Frozen. We're getting a Frozen land at Studios Park in Paris. 2026 is when we can expect that to open, along with a new nighttime special there as well over the lake that's being created at Adventure Bay. We also found out that Paris is getting not just a Lion King attraction, an entire Lion King land is going to be added to that. I'm going to call it New Park over at Paris. It technically is. If you've been over the last year, it's like a building site. So Pride Lands, if you're a fan of Lion King, that is coming to Disneyland Paris as well. Away from Europe, over at California, they're about to celebrate their 70th birthday over at the original Disneyland with a new Coco attraction. First ever Coco attraction. They're also getting Avatar and 2 Avengers attractions over at Avengers Campus in California. They've been given a lot of permission to do a lot of building and extend the parks over there, so that's why they're getting the 2 Avengers attractions, and they can do Marvel stuff over there, which they can't in Florida because of copyright issues at the minute. So Stark Flight Lab and Avengers Infinity Defense will be the new attractions in California. Some of the Eastern announcements: Shanghai getting a Spider-Man coaster, Hong Kong getting a Spider-Man attraction as well. The cruise ships, well, we know that there's a lot coming. We're getting the Treasure this year. We're getting the Destiny next year. It was announced that the show on the Destiny is going to be Hercules, which is obviously coming to the West End next year as well. We've also found out there's going to be another 4 cruise ships coming to the line, and not including the ones that have announced. No. This is another 4 on top of that, bringing it to something like 13 over the coming years. Away from parks and attractions, we've got a lot of announcements about films and TV series. If you like Percy Jackson on Disney Plus, we're getting a new series of that. There's a lot of sequels coming to the big screen, including Incredibles 3, Frozen 3, Zootopia 2, Toy Story 5 is going to be coming. We're getting Frozen on Broadway to Disney Plus. Whether you've seen that one in the West End or on Broadway, I'm not quite sure which one they filmed. Like they did with Hamilton. They filmed Hamilton on stage. That will be coming to Disney Plus next year. And finally, a big announcement that I got excited about. Obviously, Disney, as well as doing theme parks and cruise ships and TV series and films, they do a lot of theatre productions. If you've seen The Lion King or Frozen, as I've just mentioned, or you've seen Aladdin, which is touring the UK at the minute, Disney Theatrical are currently working on a stage adaptation of The Greatest Showman. It's currently in development at the minute, so it's going to be a few years before it takes the stage. Will we get Hugh Jackman? I think he'll do it. If it's on Broadway, and it will be like 3 to 6 months. The show's going to run for years on Broadway. I think Hugh Jackman will open it. Not as Wolverine. Maybe Keala Settle as well. Maybe she'd do it. She's a musical theatre legend. So a lot of announcements that have come, especially for us over at Walt Disney World. I think it's time with the brand new park opening. Epic Universe at Universal is going to be opening like next year. A lot of people will be going to Orlando to see that, which means you're not going to go to Orlando just to do that. You will go and see Disney as well. So they can sit back and ride that boost for Orlando tourism for a couple of years. But it's good to see that things are finally happening and confirmed, including a nighttime parade for Magic Kingdom. Who would have thought that? Do let me know your thoughts. At PodMagical is where we are on all the socials. I'll update that on there as well. Hope this podcast was of benefit. I say it's better than reading it, isn't it? If you're out for a walk or in the gym, we can update you there. Don't forget, we do have regular podcasts every other week. In fact, there was just a podcast just on Friday, just gone. So if you've not caught up with that, it was Matt, who has literally just come back from Walt Disney World. So he's used the new Lightning Lane system for the first time. He had the Disney Dining Plan, the quick service. There's some great stories from Matt on Friday's podcast that has just been released. So do download that and have a listen to that. Do subscribe to the podcast. And I'll be back in, less than 2 weeks. And until then, please stand clear of the doors.